Add the host now. Great. So yeah, the host number. Okay, great. Okay, so welcome everyone. Okay, so in this presentation, I'm basically going to be showing you the blueprint on how to leverage on your market trap, right? And to profitable trading, right? How you can consistently make money in HFX, okay, TBX, right? Okay, so I'm basically going to be showing you the step-by-steps you need to take, right? So that you can know how to copy trade from your Liberty market trap, so to say, right? And make money off yourself consistently, okay? So, and I'm going to just, so just follow me gently as I proceed, okay? So the first thing you want to do, right, when you want to, start on maybe copy trades, okay, on your market chart. The first thing you want to do, first of all, right, is to check the news, right? Is to check the news, and with that, you have to go to Forex Factory. Okay, you have to go to Forex Factory. Is there a way I can remove this zoom that's just popping up on my screen? Yeah, okay. Let me just see. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, great. I think I'm there. Yeah, so currently right now, I just want to show you, let's check, okay, maybe there's a news. This is basically, this is this is 4:44, right? So we just basically want to check the market to see if there's a news at the market anywhere from now, probably by 5, 6, 7. Okay, we had CPI that happened today by 1:30, right? So we want to check if there's going to be a news. Today is 10th, right? And okay, we have 7 p.m. with GPP. We have 6:45. Okay, so basically, right now we can say, so to say, that there is no news as at now. Okay, there's a news that happened on USD 1 p.m., 2 p.m. right? So currently, right now, there's no news now. Okay, so that is the first thing we want to clear off, right? And then the next thing that you want to do, right? The next thing you want to do is to, okay, great, is to change the timing on your screen, okay? And I'm going to do that right away. Please follow me because everything becomes simple, right? Okay, great. I think let me minimize this. Okay, Miss Emmanuel Chima. Okay. So I just hope it's not Coach Emma that is access to the meeting. Okay, so this UTC, you definitely want to change it to UTC plus 1. Okay, anything UTC plus 1 is definitely in Nigerian time, right? So just okay. So you can choose London, Lagos, whatever. It's definitely going to be Nigerian time. So first of all, you want to have that set, right? You want to have that set, and then the next thing immediately after that, right? The next thing immediately after that is to check the currency strength meter of the assets you want to trade. Okay, because here on on your Liberty app, you literally have this is some sort of currency strength meter. Now, as you can see, now we have what we call the base currency, and we have what we call the quote currency, right? For example, we have Euro USD. Okay, so Euro is the base currency, while USD is the quote currency. Okay, so basically, when you see in the currency strength meter, although I'm gonna pinpoint a practical one. So, for example, when you see Euro, which is the base, having from a scale of 1 to 10, having 9, and USD is having let's say 5, right? That's 9 to 5. Okay, so basically, when you go to the market, I can assure you that most likely what you're going to be seeing is a bullish trend, right? Because the base currency is stronger than the quote currency, right? Exactly. So that's basically the way it is now. Look at what we are currently saying. We are seeing AUD NZD, okay, AUD NZD, right? That's Australian dollar with New Zealand dollar. Now we have AUD has 73, right? NZD as 78. Now, the way you're looking at it, this is not the kind of market you want to trade. Here, you are most likely going to be having a ranging market because the difference between the two of them are so close that you can't really differentiate what's it. So if you go into the market, you are going into the market at your own risk. So you want to find a one that at least will give you a difference of, let's say, 15 to 20, right? Preferably 20 upward is actually a good. So for example, look at this. We have AUD USD, right? AUD USD. Now here we have the base currency to be AUD and the quote currency to be USD. Now look at this. AUD has 76 and USD has 18. Now that means anything, because currently right now, as you can see, AUD is 76, USD is 18. Automatically, you already know that whatever you are doing as far as AUD USD is concerned. Now, we can also check currency strength meter because, like at a point, I got to notice that this one, I got to find out that this one, sometimes there is a lag, right? So we can quickly go to currency strength meter and see what we have there, right? Okay, so let's check AUD USD. Now look at USD. We're having one in USD, just one bar. Now let's check AUD. Okay, let's check AUD. Now look at AUD. We have a full bar for AUD, right? Exactly. So that's exactly what you want to check. Okay, so automatically you already know that whatever you are doing should always be in support of AUD and not against USD in case you are buying. But if you are selling, you already know that definitely you are no longer in support of AUD because USD is not as strong as AUD. Okay, so that is that about currency strength meter. I don't want to waste a bunch of time on that. Okay? So what you're going to do is just to click it, right? And once you click it, the chart shows up. Okay, the chart shows up on your screen. Now, as you can see, right? As you can see, we are having AUD USD moving in an upward trend, right? And how do you really know? Okay, maybe if it's something that you want to check. First of all, the first thing you want to check, right, is the super trend, right? Okay, you want to check the super trend, right? And I'm going to show you the super trend. However, this super trend, the color differs, okay, because AUD USD, because the base currency is stronger than the quote currency, which gives us a bullish trend, right? That is why you have the super trend that is below the price. Now, this is the current market price. Now, look at the super trend, okay? So now you can see that price candles are flowing above the super trend. That is why it is great. In cases where, price is selling, right? In cases where price is selling, it's going to, it's going to be above it and it's going to be color red. So because price is above it, that's why it is showing color green. So the first thing you want to see is the super trend, right? And the next thing you also want to see is the EMA, right? Is the EMA. This is actually 200 EMA, but you don't actually need all those values anyway. Okay, so is the EMA. Now look at this black EMA. You want to check, okay, is price above it or below it, right? That is what you want to check, okay? Because all these things serve as some sort of like a hedge or wedge for the market, right? Exactly. So the next thing you also want to check is the arrow, right? Okay, there is the arrow, pointing to, is it pointing down or is pointing upward? Right? Don't forget we said AUD USD, anything we should be doing should be towards the upside, right? Now you can see this arrow pointing down, right? Exactly. So obviously you know that it is not something you are waiting for a time where this arrow will be telling you, okay, yes, now you can buy this time around, right? That is also one, right? But another thing you also want to check before I move to the little bit the technical analysis aspect, right? Another thing you need to put in check. Please follow me gently, and of course you can watch this video over and over again to make sure that you get whatever I'm saying. Okay, so the next thing you want to also do is to check support and resistance, and I'm going to explain what that means to you. Look at these three moving averages. Okay, 1, 2, 3. These three moving averages that is below here, these green moving averages, right? They stand as support, right? They stand as support, or you can also call them Bollinger Band, or you can just put them as support, okay? But you can call them Bollinger Band because Bollinger Band literally serve as support and resistance. And that's the same work this one is doing. Okay, so they stand as support, right? Now look at this. Okay, so anytime, if you notice, anytime price comes here, price comes close to the green moving averages, right? There's a way price just bounce up, right? Now, at the point here, it tried attempting to move closer to it, and then it bounced up. Okay. Now here also it attempted doing the same thing, and then boom, it bounced up. Now you also have the resistance, and I'm going to be telling you how how this works and how you are going to actually apply it, right? Okay, so we also have the resistance, which is the red. Now you look at those three moving averages. Three moving averages, they serve as resistance or roof. Okay, you're aware that if you throw a egg, or maybe yes, a long tennis egg or whatever, not eating egg or garden egg now. Okay, if you throw it up, right, you're aware that once it touches the roof, it's going to bounce back, right? And once it touches the floor, it's going to bounce off to the upside, right? That's what this moving both the green and the red. So the green stands for support, while the red stand for So now I'm going to be maybe giving you guys a little bit of what we call top-down analysis, so that you guys understand, okay, how do I properly leverage and know if I'm making the right decision or I'm not making the right decision? Okay, how do I know if I'm making the right decision or I'm not making the right decision? So first of all, you go to daily time frame. So there are major time frame we're going to be using in this call, or you should be using when you're trying to analyze. Okay, so one of them is 5 minutes, right? The second one of them is 15 minutes, right? Followed by 1 hour, right? Followed by the daily. Okay, so those are the probably 4 major time frames that you need to focus on to give you an idea of what is going on in the market, really, right? Okay, so we move to, first of all, let's go to daily. Let's see what is happening on daily. Let's see what is happening on daily. Now, guys, look at this. Now, as far as daily is concerned, we can see that price is currently above the moving averages. The black EMA, right? Don't forget, the black EMA is one of those things that you're going to check, right? Also, we saw that price attempted touching the super trend, right? Price attempted touching the super trend. Okay, that's also number one. But you can see, obviously, right? But major thing you want to really check here is that price, at least for the sake of indicators and everything, you can see that price is above this point. Okay, price is above the black EMA. But you can also see that price is just attempting to cross the super trend. Okay, so to some extent, aside from the super trend, right? Every other thing seems to be telling you that, okay, we are buying, right? So let's go to 1 hour and see what we have there, right? Let's go to 1 hour and see what we have there. Now let's check 1 hour. Now look at this, guys. So on 1 hour we have the black EMA, right? We have the black EMA below price, right? That means price is above it, right? And we also have, obviously, price is above. Let me check something. Sure, exactly. Now, can you guys see something? This super trend was obviously red here, right? But the moment price crossed above it, did you notice the change to green? Exactly. That's saying that as far as 1 hour is concerned, price is a buy. Like, price is showing that it's a buy. 1 hour is telling you that, okay, we are actually on a buy. We are on a buy trend. Okay, we are on a buy trend, right? Exactly. So now, the next thing that you want to do right now is you want to go to 15 minutes and you want to check what is going on the 15 minutes, right? What is going on? That's what you want to check right now. So let's check 15 minutes. Based on our criteria, our price above this level or below it. Now let's check. What about our super trend? I'm sure you guys can see super trend already, right? Okay, so price is above the super trend, right? So the super trend just lying below it, right? And we have the black EMA, right? Price also above the black EMA. So really, when you check, daily, it was even only super trend that was not giving us a buy signal. But even though you know that, okay, price is about to close. So daily is almost a yes. Okay. And then obviously 1 hour is a yes, 15 minutes is a yes. Let's check 5 minutes. I'm sure that's definitely where everyone coming from. Right. So I'm sure you guys know the answer already. So now look at 5 minutes. Prices are above, right? Now, what I just did for you guys is stop trend analysis, because there are times that daily will be selling and 1 hour will be buying. So, and you don't want to have that conflict of interest in the market, because when time frame, go against themselves like that, if you make money off the market, you are risking your money, because it's not following top down analysis. The best you can do is to wait for market to be in alignment with what is going on daily, so that you can trade in alignment. Okay, but for now, we already seen that, okay, from higher time frame to this point, we are definitely in alignment, right? And as you can all see, right, currency strength meter, although AUD/USD is actually not showing on my end here, but let's go here. So AUD, this is AUD, and you can still see USD. So currency strength meter is still in our favor, right? So, and also don't forget, we've checked the super trend, we've checked the EMA. Now, how do I even know, okay, how do I know when to really buy? Now that I know that, okay, currency strength meter is in my favor, right? Currency strength meter is in my favor, right? Trend is in my favor, top down analysis, right? And I've checked the moving averages, the support. Don't forget, these 3 greens are our support, while these 3 red are our resistance, meaning they resist price from moving upward. Why the greens serve as a support, something that supports price from crashing down. So it supports it from crashing down. Okay, so that's just that, right? So now, aside all these things that I just explained on our chart, we also have the stochastic, right? Now, this is the stochastic, right? So we also have the stochastic. Now, basically, as you can see, what the stochastic definitely moving to the upside, right? Is moving to the upside, though it's pointing towards the red, but you know it's moving to the upside. So you definitely want to wait till the stochastic comes towards the green line, so that you can, most likely when it comes to the green line, you'll be seeing a call score here. Yes, you'll be seeing a call score. Don't forget, it's a call that I want to go for. Right? Currently, right now, everything is telling us to do it, but the arrow is not telling us. Our stochastic is not telling us. Also, the relative strength index, right? This RSI, it's also not yet telling us, right? So you want to wait, because trading is a waiting game, right? Trading is a waiting game. Already, we have, look at this, guys. We have the bullish, sell, right? Buy, sell. The one you usually want to pay attention to is the last one, right? You want to make sure that it's giving you a signal that, okay, I think you should buy, right? Exactly. Already it's giving you. However, your stochastic and our relative strength index is not at a zone where we wanted it to be. So you have to wait for it to come to this green line, so that you can enter the market at the right time, right? So 2 things right now that is stopping us from taking this trade. Number 1, I'm still going to explain one more, right? Number 1 is is this arrow, right? We wanted the arrow to be pointing up. It should give us a call, not a put, because AUD is stronger. Don't forget where we started from. We started from currency strength meter. Which one is stronger? Because we don't want to be fighting against the market. Yeah, I don't have the account number that will be fighting against the market. So, so we don't want to be fighting against the market, right? So we've seen clearly here that we need this put to change to call. That's number 1. 2, we need our relative strength index and RSI, stochastic, okay, to come to this green line. That's a buy zone. This is a buy zone. This is a sell zone. However, we would have sold because we are seeing puts and we are seeing RSI and sarcastic, telling us it is time to sell. Don't forget that the basics of whatever decision you are taking, number one, is what the currency strength meter is telling you. Two, it is what the trend of the market is. And as you guys went to check what the trend of the market is, we've seen that all of the things is just telling us that, okay, we are going higher in Jesus' name. Okay, so that is what that is telling us. So you don't want to actually obey this. You might do it and win, but I can tell you that your days are numbered. If you try it, you might win, but your days are numbered. So, and you don't want something that will not give you consistent cash flow, right? The basis of whatever I'm explaining to you right now is to make sure that you get something that you can make money off the market consistently, right? If you place 100 trades, you win 78, you lost 38. That is consistency. Not that you win one trade and you feel you have arrived. No. Series of trade is what makes a trader. Placing series of trade, not over trading, right? Series of trade placed over time is what actually makes you a good trader, right? And that's what shows the fact that you went 2-3 days doesn't mean, so that's just by the way, right? So great. So as you can see right now, we said we need to wait for this guy to be here. But let's now assume that our relative sentiment and our RSI are already at the green line where we wanted it to be. This green line, don't forget, this green line. I'm assuming that they're already where we wanted it to be. So what else will I now do? What will I now do to ensure that, okay, I take trade? I'm assuming that, yes, they're already where I wanted them to be, right? The only thing I'm just waiting for, first of all, is for this put to change to call. And secondly, right, I'll be waiting for timing, right? I'll be waiting for the right time. And I'm going to explain that to you guys. I'll be waiting for the right time, okay? Usually, these are the time you should take the market, okay? For example, anything o'clock, right? For example, this is just nearly 4 minutes after 5. So as at 5 o'clock, if your trade aligned that time, that should be the time you should place the trade. Now, if it doesn't align, then wait till 5:15. So we have o'clock, that's 00. We have 15, then we have 30, then we have 45, then we have we have o'clock again. So it's like every 15 minutes. Yes, that's just something what I'm about to explain to you. Every 15 minutes is a good time because you don't want to go against what is going on in the 15-minute time, because sometimes a 15-minute might be doing something and you might be looking at something different on your, but usually when it is timing time, right? For example, when it is 5:15, today we had CPI at 130, right? And that time we saw all USD pairs shoot to the upside, right? Even all USD related pairs shoot to the upside, right? Interestingly, I was trading that time, okay? I was trading that time, but I caught it, right? So that's just by the way. So anything 30, or 15. So every 15 minutes, don't forget, it's not about 30. Every 15 minutes, 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30, right? 1:45, 2 o'clock. Okay, maybe another time, 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:45. So right now, if everything I wanted is currently set right now, what I want to do is just to wait for I'm just waiting. I'll have to wait to 5:15, 17:15, which is 5:15 Nigerian time, or normal time anyway. So yes, which is going to be 5:15. I'll just be waiting so that I can make sure that I'm entering at the right time, right? Because see, there are major things that that make you to succeed in this market, right? Major things. First of all, is market sentiment, market structure, market sizing, and timing and execution. Okay, and I'm going to I've explained that, but I'm going to explain that to you again. Now, I said the first one is market sentiment. Sentiment talks about checking news, because you don't want to trade against, you don't know what they are deciding to do. So you are not in their mind, right? You are not with them. So you want to make sure that you are not against sentiment, or you are not trading when market is even more sentimental, right? That is one. The other one is market structure. Now, I've told you guys about top-down analysis. I went to check what the market is doing on daily time frame, right, to what the market is currently doing on 4-hour time frame, right? On 4-hour time frame. So that is as far as timing is concerned, structure is concerned, right? So I said market sentiment, market structure, market sizing. Now, sizing, guys, sizing is actually what you don't want to, you don't want to actually play with, because I don't care how good you are. I don't care what strategy you are using, right? Once you miss sizing, you're not even going to succeed or last in the foreign exchange market, because sizing basically talks about risk management. That's what sizing talks about. Okay, sizing talks about risk management. You want to enter the market. You have $1,000. You don't want to lose more than at most $20 off of that money, or let's say $30 at most, right? You don't want to expose more than $30 of your account up to the market, right? Now, I'm aware that if you expose, let's say you expose $100 or $200, if you probably win the trade, you're going to be cashing out, let's say, around $800, $1,000, right? But guess what? You are playing with your emotion and you are playing with your psychology. Once your psychology is dealt with, because once you lose a huge fund of your money, your psychology is already battered, right? So you're going to be trading with, you're going to have something we call revenge trading, right? And a lot of self-sabotaging belief will start coming in, to the extent that you start wanting to collect your money back from the market. And from that way, you are, shooting yourself in the leg. And like I said, your days are already numbered. Okay, it's a matter of time. You just come, coach, I've blown my account, and I'll say congratulations. Because me, I don't care, because I know you definitely don't follow instruction. Okay, so that is also that, right? So that is as far as sizing is concerned. So you want to make sure that no matter the amount of money you are exposing to the market, you don't want to risk more than 3% of your account size. You have $10,000, not more than $300 should be exposed to the market. So at most, if you lose a trade, we should not see more than $300, right? $300 loss. Meanwhile, if you are even wise, you should not even, why should you even go close to the highest risk you're supposed to be risking? You can just stay 1.5, 2%, 1.5, just stay in between, right? That way you'll be safe, and you make money off the market. You make money off the market yourself, right? Exactly. So that is also one, right? Now, when you are done with market sizing, once you get sizing correctly, right? Once you get sizing correctly, right? You are going to be making money consistent. It's a matter of time, 3 months, 2 months, right? You're going to make a whole lot of money off the foreign exchange market, right? Exactly. So once you get that correctly, so definitely you have to get that correctly, right? Now, the other one right now that you want to do, like I said, first of all, market sentiment, right? Anytime you want to go into a trade, you can take these 4 keys to help you in analyzing: market sentiment, market structure, market sizing, which I just finished talking about, market timing and execution. So I talked about sentiment, checking the news, right? Then I talked about, for example, for those of you that are trading International Monetary Fund, you know what about sentiment, but that's just by the way. Okay, so market sentiment, market structure, market sizing. Now, sizing is what I just talked about. Structure is analyzing, okay, checking daily time frame. Okay, is it the right time to buy? Is it the right time to sell? That is structural analysis, right? Now, the last one is market timing and execution. They are just together, right? Market timing and execution. Like I said I was going to be waiting to sell 15, provided assuming my trader alignment. That is timing, right? That is timing. And boom, execute. I place a buy or a sell. Yeah. So timing is also very, very important, and it's very, 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 very important. Okay, because those are the major 4 ingredients that will make sure that you are successful. And here, I can tell you that market trap is something that is that thing that if you are looking for a way to make consistent money off the market, trading TPX, right? Market trap is actually something that you want to actually use, right? I even prefer it compared to swipe option because how many times are they even sending swipe option, right? And most of those swipe options, you even still have to wait before, of course, most of them are very accurate, right? But you still have to wait. But what if you even come, there's a joy that comes when you make money off the market, off of the things you know, off of the things you were taught. Not that you are even leveraging on somebody right now. There's an endorphin that you get, right? They call it reward hormone in metaphysics. Okay, so you get an endorphin because you have been able to do something. You have been able to perform a task that your mind, your brain reward yourself with, right? So, and market trap is everything is usually said. Just come and look. Okay, yes, it is there. Yes, it is there. That is what you guys want to probably come and check. So now, once I'm going to probably go over what I've said again for the sake of emphasis, right? Very quickly, I'm going to go over what I've said again because I've explained the whole thing to you guys. So very quickly, I'm going to go again. So I said the first thing you want to check is to check the news. You want to check the news. What is going on? Like before, I went to check Forex Factory and I saw that, okay, there's no news currently right now. I checked the time because you see the dates there. You see the dates there. And then we saw that, okay, there's literally no news, right? There is no news. I said, no, I don't know. I think my laptop is loading or some sort. Okay, so like now, today is Wednesday, right? Now, we had news at all of this time. Okay, we had news at all of this time. So obviously, you know that there will be no news until 6:45, 7 p.m. That's even if you are trading this time, you know that you should not be trading NZD, right? You are not trading New Zealand dollars. Okay. Obviously, you also don't want to trade. You don't want to 7 p.m. You know that there's going to be a news of pounds, right? So like that, right? Exactly. So that is what you also want to put in place, right? So then after that, the next thing you want to actually move into, like I said, is to check the currency strength meter. This is actually where don't forget, I just finished market sentiment. So another one to market sentiment is currency strength meter. Yes, market sentiment, that's currency strength meter. Strength meter also give you sentiment about what is going on in the market. You want to know where is market bending to, and you don't want to go against it, right? And since there are places where you can, literally check if you are doing the right thing, just check it and be sure that you are doing the right thing. Now look at this. It's giving you the strength of each currency. I already know that if I check AUD card, obviously I know that it's going to be a buy because AUD is stronger than Canadian dollar, right? Okay. Now this is AUD CHF, right? Obviously I know that even though they are very, very much closer, right? But we're still going to be having a little bit of more of buy from AUD, but it's not going to be impulsive as the way it should be as against AUD card. And it's also not going to be impulsive as the way it should be as against AUD USD, right? Exactly. So now the next thing you also want to move to, now we finished market sentiment, the news and the currency strength meter. So now we want to move to market structure, right? We want to move to market structure, and that is where our Liberty comes in. Don't forget on your Liberty app website actually, okay, the strength is also there and it's quite accurate, but just that there are times that there is a delay, right? So but today is literally minimal, so you don't really need to bother yourself. You don't need to bother yourself about the delay, or so to speak. Okay, so the next one that you also want to check, right, is you want to check the trend of the market. Okay, are we buying or we are selling, right? And I said, okay, already, for example, for AUD USD, right? For AUD USD, as you guys can see here, look at AUD USD, 78.14. Already we know it's even now 80.14. Yo, that's a buy, right? So anything I'm seeing, I will not listen. It has to be a buy. So, but I want to check if structure aligns with sentiment. Sentiment is telling me structure. It's telling me a buy. So I want to check if structure will say yes along with me. So let's go. So go check. Let's start from daily versus top down. Let's start from daily, right? Now, can you guys see daily? Right? Like I said earlier, I said, okay, now we can see the EMA, right? The EMA that helps us to help to check trend correction and the direction of the trend, right? Now you can see the EMA, the black EMA, price already above the black EMA. Now we also have the super trend, right? The super trend, which literally tells you what has been the trend. Now, this is daily, this is daily time frame. So really, super trend here is really trying telling you that market has been buying, market has been buying for the past, well over for the past, let's say 2 months, selling for the past 2 months. That is why it's coming like that, right? But now market is correcting itself to a buy, okay? But daily has given us an idea. Most of the things on daily are pointing upward. Look at this. Price is not even closer to the support, right? It's moving towards the resistance. So that means that we're even moving to the upside. So the next thing you want to go and check is, you can also check 4 hour, but you can check really. Now look at this. Let's check our 4 hour. 4 hour time frame. 4 hour is telling us, oh, we are buying. Look at our super trend. It has changed to green on 4 hour. Look at our black EMA, green. We have even passed. Can you guys see? We have even passed the resistance. We broke through the resistance, right? Exactly. So automatically, daily is telling you, I think we are buying. Power is telling you, no, we are buying. Like power is saying it, okay, affirmatively, right? Now let's move to 1 hour, right? Now, can you see 1 hour? 1 hour is even shouting more than 4 hour, right? Saying that, okay, yes, we are buying, right? Exactly. Now, this is not where you want to place to, obviously, right? Now, so let's now go. Let's go to now. Check both our super trend and our. Can you see that most of them are saying, oh, we are buying? Okay, great. So the next thing we want to go right now is go to 15 minutes, and let's see if 15 minutes is saying the same thing, right? 15 minutes is also telling us, in fact, we have the moving averages crossing the crossing the super trend. Everybody is pointing to the upside, right? Exactly. So obviously we are seeing a buy. So another thing right now that I want to see is want to go to 15 minutes. This is where your analysis becomes very, very detailed, okay? 15 minutes, okay, because this is where you want to place the trade. This is what wants to give you an idea of when to really enter. Because you want to go to the market, 5 minutes you have made your money, and then boom, you're out. Okay, so right now let's check. Okay, so we still have the same thing, the super trend, the support and resistance. Now look at our support. Our support is there, our resistance is there, our super trend is there, right? Now I want to know, what is the right time? When is the right time for me to buy? When is the right time? Because I already know, don't forget, sentiment is telling me to buy, structure is telling me to buy. I'm just positioning, I'm waiting to position myself to enter at the right time, right? I'm waiting to position myself to enter at the right time. So first of all, you want to wait for market to come to at least, please follow me gently. You want to wait for market to come to at least this black EMA or here. Okay, so you want to wait for it to come here or here. Once it's come here, you will see a green arrow. You will need a green arrow for a buy. Don't forget, sentiment has told us to, I keep recapping. Sentiment has told us to buy, structure has told us to buy. A green arrow, right? A green arrow here. And we also have the black, the black EMA, right? That serve as some sort of, strong supports, right? Exactly. So you guys can see, so you guys are literally going to be waiting for it to come, right? Or to come here or here, right? Once it's coming here or here, we will already see. Now, can you guys see, as at that time, it wasn't approaching the green line, but it's already approaching it. And Kanshi is already, everything is almost aligned. It's already approaching this already. It's already approaching this, right? And I'm just waiting for it to give me a score. 3 is, 3 is better, right? Or let me say 3 is good, 4 is better, 5 is the best, right? Exactly. So you can still place a trade with a 3 score. Okay. So basically, you see it approaching here. It's already approaching it, right? Guys, you can see. It's already approaching it, right? Great. Now, can you guys see something? I'm literally going to be waiting for it to just give me a put score, right? Already, I know that it's sitting at the black EMA, but preferably, I might even want it to come at this support, to come and sit on this support. And let it also align with 530, right? Let's also align with 530, and boom, I'm done. Okay, that is just it. And by that time, this cell this S that is showing here would have changed to B. Yeah, would have changed to B. Okay, and even if it has not changed to B, most likely once you have this confirmation touching the green and you have your put score, you have this, you can jump in, right? And make sure that timing align. Don't forget market timing and execution. It's also the last part. I'm talking structural wise now. I've not gotten to timing. So you're actually waiting. Maybe you're even praying in your mind that God will let this thing just come and align by 5:30. Because we said every 15 minutes is the right time to place a trade. 45 o'clock, 30, 45. 15, 45, 15, 30, 45 o'clock. 15, 30, 45 o'clock. That is the time you want to place a trade, right? And you will have at least 4 of those seasons. We have 4 of those seasons every 1 hour. So, and 3 trades in a day can meet your targets, 5% targets, right? Exactly. So you really don't have any problem sitting with the market all day long, right? Come here, 1 hour, 2 hours. There are so many trades. As you can see, it's calling trade AUDSND, CHF, JPY, calling so many trades for us, and yeah. So that is basically how to and if you follow this instruction that I just explained to you, this blueprint on how to make money consistently off, the market trap strategy that was produced by, IM Master Academy, TBX, package, right? If you follow this blueprint consistently, trust me, you're going to make money off the market for yourself and consistently. Like, I mean consistently, but you have to be disciplined to follow these things I just explained to you. You have to be disciplined to follow these things I just explained to you. Once you are disciplined, right? Trust me, like the 90 days challenge, you will smash it, right? I started my own, right? Interestingly, I started today, right? And guess what? It's going to be mind-blowing, right? I can't even wait to update my result because today's result alone is already mind-blowing. So you also want to position yourself to make sure that you do the same, right? Make sure you are disciplined, right? And just know that it's a time game you're paying. $100 will pay you about $7,800 in 90 days, right? It's not something you want a urgent $100 to distract you with. A $100 that you want to make to leverage you to cut down your trading plan, right, or your discipline plan, to forfeit yourself of $7,800 in the next 3 months, right? You don't want to exactly. So begin with the end in mind. That is how you can be profitable, because you've been having some series of 90 days all these while in your years. Just calculate how old are you? Yes, so you know why you are not where you want to be. Is because you've not dedicated a short time of your life to make sure you do the right thing consistently to get the result that you really desire to get. Yeah, so if you can do this consistently, trust me, you will get a very accurate result. Yes. So yes, this is where I'm going to stop, right? This is where I'm going to stop. Okay, this is where I'm going to stop. Yeah, so cheers and God bless, guys. Cheers and God bless. Yes.